Hey guys, Scott here with new beer dissection video. What I have today should not be a major surprise to you because it's readily available from Kona Brewing Company, Gold Cliff IPA. Okay, Kona Brewing Company. I think they started in '94. Could be mistaken, maybe 2004, but I think it was '94. Father and son produce a lot of beers. They about I think 3-4 years ago they sold the brewery to Budweiser, so that's why you see these beers a lot. So I can't vouch for the quality of things over the years. If you are from Hawaii or you've had this beer in the past, fantastic. Let me know. It isn't Gold Cliff IPA. It's 7.2% alcohol, packaged in May 23. I'm filming this in July, so we're pretty fresh. Ale brewed with pineapple and natural flavors added. So I get a little suspicious. We start saying pineapple natural flavors, which sometimes natural flavors means artificial flavors, but we will see. Why I like to review these beers, because, listen, I can always review all the preeminent beers in the United States. I like to review some of these macro brews from, either Budweiser or wherever, because a lot of people are consuming these beers. I enjoy the Big Wave, which is their golden ale, blonde ale, and I've reviewed those. I have other videos under the beer dissection on the channel if you're interested. I did get this part of a compilation pack that has the familiar Big Wave, and there's a few others. There's this IPA. The other ones are falling off the top of my head here, but so I'm going to be reviewing a couple of them, I think, from the new pack, because there was one or two that I hadn't reviewed, this being one of them. Okay, so I think it's important to try to, since I have fun doing this, not just do beers that are like we know are going to be A plus beers, beers that are kind of more mass produced and things. And I don't know when I'm going to grade this. Just because it's not a small craft brewery doesn't mean that I'm going to grade it low. I've graded more mass produced beers, sometimes A's too. So let's see what this is all about. But I think I gave you the alcohol percentage 7.2, pineapple. I got to admit, I'm not a big fruit beer person. I'm a home brewer. I brewed with real fruit. I brewed with, the tinctures and things like that. But we'll see how this one comes. But again, remember, it was originally craft beer. All right. And again, I'm not going to vouch it. Just because it was craft beer and bought out by the big beer guys doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say about this one, but like other beers. So let's pour this bad boy out. Okay. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, nice, about an inch, pretty nice looking, white to light tan head. Maybe like almost Manila looking type of head. You've got a nice low to medium gold color, pretty clear, maybe a slight bit of chill haze, no big deal. Looks pretty nice though. Okay, what you would expect. Remember, the haze sometimes comes from some of the proteins. If they've used some wheat, it is an IPA technically, but in this particular case, I'm expecting it's probably from the hops, the polyphenols and things like that. And who knows, if they indeed use real pineapple or puree, the pectins from that may create some of the haze. So let's take a sniff of the aroma. So immediately you're in Hawaii, because you can smell that tropical fruit, the pineapple, immediately. Not too bad. It's actually a long sniff. You get a nice whiff of it. So it's actually quite pleasant as far as on the nose here. Kind of a light toast malt. Nothing else more on the hops. Nothing herbal. Okay, but you're definitely getting a little bit of a fruit bomb there with the pineapple, tropical fruit, the mango. I even get like I don't think they're adding strawberry, but it almost smells like strawberry to me, like strawberry cotton candy and things like that. But pretty nice on the nose, okay? But it does have a little medicinal, character to it that I've smelt before. almost like you had those syrups that you've seen at like ice cream shops and things like that. So we'll take a swig of this and see. So cheers, guys. Pretty high carbonation. There you go again. You know, tropical fruit, pineapple, light crusty malt. But I gotta say, the fruit, the pineapple has that little medicinal, like they're using some tincture. I don't know if they're using real pineapple with this. I doubt it. If they are, they're using a tiny bit, or they're fooling me completely, which is possible. I make mistakes. No alcoholic warmth, kind of medium bodied. There's a little bit of a low to moderate bitterness. I mean, it's refreshing. On the back end, I kind of get the aftertaste. I get a little bit more traditional hop flavor, you know, like herbal, floral type of character. Still that crusty malt profile. And again, very, you know, I have this served pretty cold right now, so it is pretty refreshing. But the pineapple part, it tastes a little artificial to me. You know, there's not much to say. I don't get any alcoholic warmth. It drinks probably a little lighter than a 7.2 because 7.2 really isn't sessionable. Probably drinking a little bit more like 4%, but it's crisp. It is kind of refreshing. I challenge the pineapple flavor on there. The malt, like I said, it's like light toast, white bready kind of malt. I can tell it's pretty fresh. I probably got the one that's coming from New Hampshire, not from Kona, Hawaii. But, you know, not bad. You know, if I was going to rate this type of beer, you know, I'm going to enjoy this bottle. I enjoy most beers. I think they have a time and place, all styles. Serve this a little bit on the colder side, in my opinion. It is crisp. If you've got this at a friend's house, you wouldn't stick your nose up at it. But my big knock to it, because I'm not a big fruit beer person, but if it is going to be fruit beer, I want fruit in there. This one, I'm very suspicious whether they're actually using real fruit. If they are, it's probably a tiny bit and maybe fortified, you know, with the natural flavors. Because I kind of get, and if they're not and they're using real fruit, then I'm tricked, or, you know, it's something happened, because I'm just getting that kind of artificial medicinal type of fruit flavor, tropical fruit, pineapple. Now, I'm going to surprise you with my grade on this, because it is refreshing. So when I use grades like the drinkability, enjoyability, I have this, I'm filming this in July. If I had this on someone's porch and it was served cold, I probably would find it very crisp and refreshing. There's some sweet malt characteristics to it, and there's something to say about that. So I'm going to say B as far as just overall drink enjoyability. Where I would bring it down, of course, if I was going to compare it to other beers that were fortified with especially your big macro beers, like Sam Adams does them with, you know, whether it's extract or whether it's puree of the real fruit, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, you know, so, you know, C range, you know, as far as, because they're not convincing me that they've used fresh pineapple. I would even expect more cloudiness if they did, because this is actually looking a little too clear. But again, I got this from a compilation pack that I told you about. Some of the beers are going to be more familiar to you. The Big Wave Golden Ale, which is a blonde ale. I actually think that's my favorite in that pack, because it's a nice, refreshing, sweet malt beer. I won't go down that wormhole, because I do have that review somewhere. Even though I didn't re-review it when I got this 12-pack, I did an old one. This one is refreshing. It's crisp. It has a decent amount of bitterness, kind of, you know, that moderate, maybe slightly pronounced bitterness. It's crisp. If it's served cold, great. I just think the medicinal pineapple, and tropical fruit flavor and aroma in a sense I'm getting is not that appealing. All right, guys. So to the next beer dissection video, today was on Gold Cliff IPA, part of a compilation pack. Average to below average, in my opinion. Other than that, have a great day. See you in the next beer video. Take care.